Hey Geekies, today we have Tony with us from Dungeon Golf, and we're going to go play through Dungeon Golf, ask some questions. So join us for the ride. Uh, hey Tony, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks, man. How are you doing?
Yeah,
Looking forward to the weekend.
yes, absolutely. Finally able to put the work laptop to sleep and game some more, so it will be good.
Yeah, we've had a busy week launching Dungeon Golf and doing updates for Dungeon Golf already. So
Yes, I saw
quite
how
looking
quickly
forward
you
to
got out some
relaxing.
of those bug fixes. I was kind of overly impressed because usually it's like you'll have to wait till the set release cycle of every month or every quarter to get bug fixes. So
So we're hoping to get ours out more quickly than that. We've got another one due out today as well. So
oh wow.
as we record, there should be another one coming out by the time we finish this.
Amazing. That's
Exciting times. Cutting edge indie game development.
yeah. That's certainly not what I'm used to, seeing updates nice and quick. So
Cool.
okay, so picking characters. One of the first things I was amused by seeing is that you've got just a standard golfer among all of your sort of more fantasy characters. Uh,
Yeah, the running joke with Sandy is that like the none of the other character like all the other characters think that she dresses weird and like they don't really understand why she's so off.
Fair enough. Do you have a favorite character?
Uh, so I tend to play as Jimmy here, the big skeleton lad.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
where's my
makes
finger going?
that makes
I'm not used to my
sense.
finger on cameras. That one. Well,
Yeah,
uh, I like Jimmy. It's like quite a nice, easy, all-rounder kind of character.
I like his
Nice abilities, like
yeah, his ability is really good. Just take off your head, lob it. Uh,
yeah, like it's a nice kind of general case ability. It's like one that's quite aggressive and one that's like a nice teleport. Um, again, it's quite an easy character to use in a lot of situations.
okay, I will leave Skelly for you. I think I'm going to take Astrid because the abilities there are quite fun.
Oh yeah, she's quite good as well. Now, funny enough, on the Steam version, I've not actually played that much, so I don't really have that many sponsorships unlocked. What have I
Uh,
got? What bounciness?
yeah, I've only got the free at the moment. Uh, so what
Oh,
does the
cool.
sponsorships do within the game? Is it just
Yeah,
cosmetic
so the
or?
sponsorships are they're like kind of like a little tweak to your character. So on each one, you'll see like it's got like a description of like an effect that it has. So it might be things like um, you have like slightly further shot, like slightly higher shot power, or your ball's a little bit more bouncy, or like some of them that you unlock later on have like you get two shot bonus for defeating an enemy or that kind of thing, and they're basically like just like little kind of twists that you can add on to your character to sort of like slightly tweak the rules that you're playing by, but not the other character.
Right.
Um, we start off with well, right at the very start, you don't have any unlocked, and then as you play through a little bit more, you steadily unlock them by like doing in-game actions. And yeah, it's just like we did with our kind of like size and of team and stuff like that. It's like we didn't a lot of stuff to unlock, and we didn't want to like lock off characters or courses or that kind of thing. Like we
Mm.
wanted people to be able to go in and kind of play with all of like the cool stuff right from the start. So this felt like a nice thing to lock off.
That makes sense. So let's hop in and play some golf. So where did the idea for this game come from?
Well, so I really like mini golf. I was playing mini golf with my family like on a holiday. Like we were playing with like I've got like a couple of young kids. They were
Hmm.
sort of six and eight at the time. My nephews and niece, they're all teenagers. Um, and also like my parents who are pensioners. and we were all playing mini golf together on this holiday, and it's like it's a really nice kind of activity where it's like everyone can play together, everyone understands the rules, everyone like with mini golf, everyone understands like the kind of core thing of like, oh, I'm trying to get the ball in the hole in the smallest number of shots by whacking it with a stick or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it all kind of came out of that, of like in our workshop, like we try and make like quite family friendly stuff, like and yeah, like kind of wanted it to be something that people could all easily pick up. But then looking at the market of like mini golf games, there's so many mini golf games that it's like, okay, what are we going to do as a bit of a twist on this? And yeah, the dungeon theme and kind of making it all a bit more hero based. Oh man, you're gonna get shanked by him.
Yeah. Gonna instantly lose the shot.
But yeah, like having the dungeon thing, like again, felt like quite a nice thing that we could kind of fit into it.
Right.
Let's see. You might expect me to be better at this game than I will actually turn out to be.
I don't know, straight in there getting some mana. That's always good.
So yeah, like things like we've done like quite a lot of quite a lot of like tweaking work on it as we've gone on. So things like the mana and like how the power works, and even like the whole thing with your score and your health being the same thing. Like that was something that appeared during development because it's not great.
Oh, you were so close to.
I'll be lined up nicely for the next one. Like originally when we were making it, you had health as well as your score, but it just ended up being really confusing of like with any particular shot you were thinking like, oh, what should I be going for here? Should I be trying to get a better score or trying to do like a trying to keep my health high and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
kind of streamlining it all into one thing, I think was like one of the quite a key bit of development. Oh, here you go.
There we go.
This is winning. Oh, lovely. Not even rebounding off the back wall. It's rare to say that you see that come straight through.
I wasn't expecting it to do that. I was expecting it to bounce.
What I'm going to do here is, and again, like yeah, so this stuff when it's like you've got abilities and that kind of thing, it's like wanting to do something that's a little bit more like hero based and kind of actually makes the game a little bit more tactical of like deciding it's like, oh well, I could just go straight for the hole, but actually if I use an ability here, chuck my leg at that guy and get a shot knocked off.
Yeah, and then you can go for the hole. Yeah.
And then I can go, yeah. Hopefully make it. Well, this is going to be quite embarrassing. There we go. For a second there, I thought I wasn't going to manage that. That was just going to go wide.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm enjoying the quest mode. The having your two, what's the word I'm looking for? The two presenters throughout the quest giving their own commentary.
The commentators.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it was again. It was one of the things. Like as soon as we sort of like the different bits kind of came together, it was like, oh, okay, it can be like a televised sport where it's like people are actually watching this, and then it's like, well, if it's a televised sport, you've got to have like your little dungeon Gary Lineker sat in the corner, kind of chatting about stuff and.
Yeah, absolutely. So where did the inspiration come from for the two types that you got? So you've got a bull and, well, I guess he's a minotaur really, and then the other one, I'm guessing, I mean, I should really know, but she looks like she's like a triton or some other sort of like undersea character.
Yeah, that's right. So she, until fairly recently, like we'd had this idea of it's like she's kind of slightly undeady, like slightly not quite right human. There we go. Is that going in? No, it's not.
Oh no,
Oh,
you just ran out.
oh, I absolutely nailed that there. But the yeah, like we were finding that the joke for it wasn't really landing. People just thought that she was a quite badly animated, odd-looking human model.
Right.
But the bull is actually from an American TV show where it's kind of based off an American TV show called Eastbound and Down.
Okay.
Where there's like this kind of like washed up old baseball player who used to be awesome. Oh, that was him.
Oh
Oh, unlucky.
no, no. Oh,
This washed up old baseball player that used to be like really good, but like now he's a little bit out of it.
right.
And he ends up like in the final series of that, he ends up like commentating on stuff, and he's like really aggressive towards people and really like dismissive of like the current stars and all of that kind of stuff. Oh man,
No, no. Oh, that was,
lucky.
I was kind of hoping at least I might have got the chest out of that, but no.
So one thing that we've actually just changed on this, on the build that's that we're doing soon, is because we're noticing people don't realize that you can press C to toggle between different camera views when you're in like this kind of
Yeah.
kind
Yeah,
of,
or
kind of
on the control pad,
small.
it's the right stick. Tapping.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
clicking in the right stick will also do it.
Yeah, that's one of the issues I ran across when playing at WASD. So I got into a corner and had no idea
Yeah.
how to change it, and that's it.
Yeah, so it's really interesting kind of getting this stuff out into early access, and like obviously every time that anyone's streaming it, like if we see that people are streaming it, it's like half the dev team kind of like end up spectating those streams, and there's like a lot of chat about, okay, these people haven't understood this bit, or this bit of
Yeah.
it's not clear, and
So
like they're not using like the aftertouch is another thing where it's like we're noticing people not using it so much, so kind of like figuring out like, all right, probably if people aren't using it, we need to like put into like, if we notice that people aren't using it in the game, like we need to put in some like little sort of reminders and like little nudges like that, for some of those kind of like more unique elements.
yeah, that makes sense. Talking about streaming it, I'm going to be streaming it on Saturday with one of my friends from South Africa. So,
Oh, nice.
oh no,
Oh,
no, oh that was terrible. Oh,
I'm gonna feel really bad about this if I absolutely smash you at my own game.
you have to.
I'll be honest. It's the steering. There we go.
Nice. So that should just carry you through.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a novelty hole. This one, that as long as you get it in the first teleport, you get just like a nice little chain in theory.
Yeah.
Like we want, again, it's one of those things that you see with mini golf courses where it's like you need some of the holes need to be quite gentle.
Yeah.
Some of them a bit more aggressive.
I can't always just hit it at full strength, even though that tends to be what I do. So talking about you being in early access at the moment, how long are you planning early access to be?
It's a little bit up in the air at the moment. We're not quite sure. Probably like 3 to 4 months, maybe it's a little bit longer, maybe it's a little bit shorter. It's like a lot of it really comes down to kind of like how the game actually performs, and like what sort of requests we're seeing in from people, and yeah, like where we decide to take it after that. Really, like there's certain bits and pieces that we really want to get in, and in particular like the early access, with it being like a multiplayer game, we wanted to do the early access to make sure that like we could get like the online stuff quite solid before we did like a version 1 release.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because we're still like, as an indie team, like we're a small team. Like there's 10 people in total, and there's only like there's one main. Oh, mate.
I thought I had that then. I thought, yeah, it's gonna go, and no, down the hole.
Yeah. So we've got, like we've got one guy that's like the main online programmer. So it's really yeah, like I said, like quite a small team of people working on this stuff.
Yeah.
And you're never quite sure how certain things are going to play out once they're actually out in the wild.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're using peer-to-peer or peer-to-server connections for the
online? Yes, it's all. Oh no, that's not good.
Oh no!
Oh,
what?
So this is one of the things I suspect what you saw is not what I saw. So at the moment, the obstacles aren't all actually synchronized. So what I saw on my script, like, because again, it's one of the things where it's like we want with the synchronization, if things are slightly out of sync, and it's like you take a shot that you think, oh, I shouldn't hit that moving wall or whatever, but the server thinks, oh, you should hit that moving wall, would feel really unfair. So at the moment, like, they're not synchronizing that, and again, that's something that we're working on. But I tell you what, this has ended up putting me in a very good position.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done. Oh, there
you go.
I do believe you. In fact, I think the other thing that I could possibly do now, I'm going to try this out because I'm not sure whether you can still do it. Ah, there we go. Yeah, can't actually.
Oh no! He just moved out the way for you.
Just nudged him out the way. Yeah. So that's the skullduggery isn't meant to kill things. It is meant to just cause knockback. But sometimes you can get lucky, like if you knock back an enemy into something and that kind of thing.
I had some joyous moments yesterday where I ended up accidentally setting off a bunch of the bombs next to enemies, and so it took them out for me, reducing my shots down quite nicely.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I really love about our game is like that like level of chaos where it's like there is so many of like these other little elements and bits and pieces where it's like you can get like a lot of like odd chain reactions of things. Or
okay, I'm going down the hole again. that was bad planning. I thought I had a way to choose that to get around the corner, but that didn't work. So I think I should go for a light touch, accept another shot loss.
Oh, just don't end up in the sand.
And I'm gonna go off.
Oh man.
Oh no, this is not going well.
Yeah, our level designer is it does like to bring the pain quite a lot.
And down.
Down again.
That was too hard.
None of these rebounds are working in your favour.
No, not this time around. Oh well, at least I'm here now, so hypothetically I should get it in. Yeah, that should be strong enough. There we go. Nice. Finally got there.
Oh, I've watched plenty of people get repeated do not finish on this holes, so on that hole, so I won't feel that bad about it. And of course, I mean, I've played a lot of these levels so many times.
I'm guessing what through play testing and making sure everything's working before.
Yeah, I mean, like every week, the team gets together and we play through a bunch of the game and kind of like watch, have a look out for like what changes have been made and that kind of stuff, and also suggest stuff. But like during like the kind of close to 2 years of development, I've had plenty of opportunity to play through all of this.
Yeah. So are there any other online modes you're thinking of at the moment? Or,
one of the things that we are kind of looking at and we're going to investigate is like team play. Which wouldn't just be online, like it would just be like for local multiplayer as well. Like, I'm quite interested in like the idea of like sort of 2v2 and exactly how that'd work. Like, there's obviously one of the benefits of basing the game off of a real world sport is that there's already like a bunch of rule sets out there for that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, like there's different things that you can do in terms of like 2v2, like whether it's just adding up your scores or like I quite like the idea of like one person takes their shot and then the other person, like the other team member, takes their shot from where that ball ended up. So it's like you'd have to kind of,
Like
it's
a
almost like tag team kind of
yeah.
thing, and you have to think about like, oh, where am I going to end up? Sorry, man.
Oh no. Yeah, that's right. Because I'm a target.
Yeah. So again, and this is
And that
one of the other
teleport is a
things
good
that I really
teleport.
enjoy.
So
Yeah, this is one of the other things that I really enjoy is just like the kind of ability to stuff up other players and.
yeah, it's
Let's
an essential.
see. Well, I've got not very long left to do that. Too long now. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, I this is all slightly going my way.
That's fine. I'll make my
You
comeback
might,
somehow.
yeah, you might have a good use of Furious Leap here. Actually.
Oh no, that didn't bounce well. I somehow missed all the explosives though.
And you might be able to you might be able to Furious Leap onto me if you check out your abilities.
Can I Furious Leap without? Oh yeah, leap towards.
Yeah, I think you might be able to target me with this. I think you might be close enough.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
If you...
No, it looks like you're just out of my range. Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah,
other
because I
thing
don't
would
have a
be
clear view because of the
Oh,
boxes.
okay.
Yeah.
Or potentially hitting the golem that's behind you.
Yeah, that's a choice. But I'm at the teleport now, so I'm just gonna go for it.
I always love so like when we're at shows like WSD as well, like always love like kind of watching people and then stepping in every now and again of like, oh, have you thought about doing this? Or have you thought about you could do this other thing? And obviously as well, yeah, like one of the things because the game is so like a lot of mini golf games online, you all play at the same time, so it's like golf with your friends and things like that. It's like yeah, you're all playing at the same time, so you don't necessarily get to see what the other players are thinking of doing, or like get to sort of celebrate their good shots and stuff with them.
Yeah.
But the other thing that our turn-based thing lets you do is like using your abilities against other players, but also stuff like whacking into their balls like that. Oh, I thought I was
Pretty sure
going to
you
get
just
you into that.
benefited me
Oh, there
there,
we
right?
go. No, so
You gave
you
me
hit,
the.
yeah,
Right.
so if you hit another player into something, like you get the benefit of that because it's like we consider that it's like well that the player whose turn it is the one that kind of
Yeah.
instigated that
If
and made that happen. Oh dear.
Okay, yeah, you gave us both penalties with that one. Right. That's
Yeah.
what I was curious
See,
about.
this is where
Can you
it's
like knock my ball into an explosion or in the range of an enemy, and then I get penalties? Because that's
yeah. Well, I mean, the enemy wouldn't attack you because it's not your turn. Like, so the
yeah,
enemy's only attack players whose turn it is. But yeah, certainly it's like you can knock other players into exploding barrels, and then they'd get damage from that. And... Oh, hey.
that's lucky. I might be able to get this one then.
I think you might be.
I wonder, can I? What do
Short
my
games.
abilities do? Can I do anything to? Ah, no, they both mess with my board location. Okay.
You've got the Ricochet rubber sponsorship as well. I wonder whether that's been affecting some of your
It probably
ball bounce and
has
stuff like
actually.
that. But, yeah, your ball won't have been quite behaving in the way that you'd have expected it to. No, not done some quite so well on that hole.
Helps me out a little bit.
But yeah, so like there's sort of team play modes is certainly something that we're looking at for the multiplayer, because I think that'd be quite a nice thing. And in terms of single player, we're kind of the big feature that I would really like to get in is like a kind of daily challenge. So in the same way that we have the quests at the moment, and you've got like those kind of things, like a thing where it's like you have like like a sort of randomly chosen kind of like set of things, and then like a leaderboard. So it's like, okay, how well can you do on that day's leaderboard?
If you do that, then I will be further hooked. Like, those daily challenges are things that keep me in games so much.
Oh, that was lovely. Was it? Oh,
nearly. No.
I tell you what, that was
My aftertouch
pretty
just ran out.
spectacular. Ah, that was your bouncing ball physics that that helped you out with that one. All right,
that was what I was wanting to see from it, not my endless going into holes. Oh no!
No, not quite in the right place. Oh, he blew himself up. I'll take that. Ended up back at the start. Alright, we'll go the other way this time round. Well, in fact, is that... That guy have a shield? No.
No.
I can't remember exactly which enemies or again, like which stuff our designers put a shield on or not. This is the last hole, isn't it? Right. Let's have some fun. Right, trigger that. So if I land here, I think that'll set that off, that barrel off, and kill that monster. I think. I'm on no shots, so I'm not sure how helpful that actually is.
Well, if you do that, it'll line you up to get the other one as well. So then
that is true.
Still...
Tactical.
I do like that you can see each player's turn as well. So
yeah, it's when we got that into the multiplayer, it's like it really changed stuff, like being able to see, like in particular, like seeing where people are aiming abilities and stuff like that is like, it's really fun. Like, we've watched so many streams where you have people playing together and it's like, no, don't attack me, no, I can see, no, go for him instead of me. Oh no, like really it can get really heated.
Yeah, I can see that. This is definitely a game that I might be able to just convince a bunch of friends to join me in on. So we've got a birthday coming up. Was just going to be watch some movies at home, keep it easy. But I might just put this on the TV and be like, right, we can take turns playing this and try to complete some levels.
I'm going to try and be fancy now. This real trickshot territory. Real trickshot territory of, can I bounce off of this barrel into the hole, but set it off in a way that it'll damage you? Nope. Oh, well, I got out of the way. Let's still take that.
So how does it determine the turn order then? Is there some like behind the scenes initiative?
So at the sort of default version is just whoever's furthest away from the hole.
Oh right, yeah, it's the choices that we were making, right? The distance and that.
Yeah, so we do have like a sort of strict turn order that plays through like 1, 2, 3, like player 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, like the sort of default is that whoever is furthest away from the hole gets to go next, because it means it, again, it's like gives you almost like a little bit of like rubber banding of like you're able to use your abilities or use your powers to kind of catch up, but also like attack ahead of you.
Okay, something weird's just gone on. It looks like my controller's disconnected. So
oh no!
Grab the Steam Deck. I was thinking it was me, but yeah, no, it's just disconnected. God.
Oh, that isn't. Achievement! Hey!
Pink.
What did I? Oh, because I came overall first place in any course.
Ah, is that
You get an achievement for that, it turns out.
nice? Nice.
Bill, man, that's good. Yeah, like I say, considering my level of experience in the game, I think that's a very good score.
Yeah, no, this is a really fun game. It's definitely one that I recommend people to go and pick up. I realise I still haven't asked a bunch of the questions I was going to ask.
Oh no.
I know. I guess you know what, because we're coming up to time anyway, so I think we'll go for one of the some of the non-dungeon golf questions.
Blast through some quick fire.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. So, you have worked on some of the handheld GTA games.
Yes.
How did you find the experience working on those versus, say, doing the indie game dev?
It's
Design.
really interesting. Like, so I worked at Rockstar Leeds. We did the two, we did Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories on the PSP. Like Liberty City Stories was before the PSP was even like a public thing.
Yeah.
Working on that, I remember going to my interview at Rockstar Leeds and them kind of saying like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah, we're making a handheld version of GTA." And previous to that, the only handheld GTA had been on the Game Boy Advance, so I was kind of thinking like, oh, okay, it's going to be like top down or whatever, and it's going to be, and then they showed me, it's like, oh right, so it's like it's full free, it's like proper GTA 3 level of stuff on the PSP, but it won't have like the radio stations and stuff, does it? And like, oh no, we've got all of the radio stations and we've got full audio and all of this kind of stuff. So it was like a real eye opener. That was kind of like a team of about 30 or 40 people. And then as well, obviously you're backed up by like the way Rockstar works is like you've got like the whole kind of like family of studios. So there's like a lot of other people kind of like getting involved and helping out and that kind of thing. So it was really good. Like and Chinatown Wars on the Nintendo DS. I think is still like probably like it's certainly in my like kind of top 3 games that I've worked on in terms of just like how much I enjoy playing it. Like it's really like silly knockabout kind of fun. Like again, like you can kind of see like a lot of that in the other stuff that I've done since. Like the kind of cartoonishness of it all, and like
Yeah.
in Chinatown Wars, like the whole thing where it's like to get rid of the police cars, you had to like mash them out of the way and that kind of stuff. Like it's really kind of like that kind of like arcade game feeling to it. I really liked.
Yeah. And then following that, so that's my brain out. Ant Workshop is obviously for indie games. So what have you found is like a big difference from going from like a AAA Rockstar to the indie world? And what?
I mean, the massive difference is really is just in terms of like kind of getting attention onto what you're doing. I mean, and certainly like we've found that with Dungeon Golf, like we've been going out to Gamescom, we like WSD stuff like that, but like pushing a thing out on Steam and being part of like Next Fest and all kinds of these things. And it's still always like you're kind of really fighting uphill, whereas it's like obviously with Rockstar it's like you make a game and then pretty much you can guarantee that people are going to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that Rockstar have ever released anything that hasn't had people absolutely chomping at the bit from the moment that it's announced.
I think that's very true. Yeah, no, there is. I think that's kind of the key for all the AAA's. It's another thing that I find interesting because they seem to be able to get away with stuff that you can't get away with as an indie dev. Let's say like you've got some bugs that are, they're not the worst thing in the world. They're a little bit annoying. If you're an indie dev and you've got that, it's like game destroying. Well, if it's a big company, it's sort of like a lot of people are willing to ignore it.
Yeah, I think there's kind of like this is one of the things that we're doing with early access is there's because there have been a lot of indie devs where they maybe put something out onto early access and then don't update it and don't
Mm.
fix the bugs. I think that people are a little bit wary of that. Whereas I think with AAA and certainly like some companies have got like a real reputation for like, okay, we will keep working on stuff, and there will be like, we've got enough people that we're going to keep patching things and making stuff. I mean, again, like GTA, what, like 10 years worth of development at this point on GTA 5. It's like
Yeah, I
they've
don't know
really
how that's
worked
still
through
going.
a
Like,
lot of that stuff. And yeah, so that's what we're trying to do with our stuff, is make sure that there's like a sort of understanding of how frequently we'll update, like we'll do patches and we'll do like kind of bigger updates and stuff like that, and wanting to really kind of build up that trust. But again, it's something that we're having to kind of start building up almost from scratch
yeah,
now. So it's, yeah, it feels it's a little bit of an uphill battle in that way.
yeah, no, I can see that, but as it is, everything that I have so far experienced with Dungeon Golf is just a great time.
Oh,
Um,
thank you, man.
we're streaming it on Saturday, so that should also be quite a lot of fun. And then we hit October. Normally for the channel, October is all Halloween themed, so we do all horror games. But then I will be back on this in November to get more people playing,
Nice.
because
Well, just between me and you, and I'm not sure that we've announced it yet, but we are doing a Halloween update with a spooky Halloween course, a brand new location. So
okay, so
keep,
there's
keep
one of
your
our
eyes
Halloween
peeled.
streams, right? Cool. That's what I need to hear, right? Uh,
Awesome, man. Well, thank you very much. It's always lovely to kind of meet people and chat to people and hear that they are enjoying the game. So
it's really good. And it's not often that I stumble across games that I'm more interested in playing than going to sleep when it hits 2 a.m. But this has been one of them. So
2 a.m. My goodness, I'm in bed by
this is
11 o'clock.
the joys of having insomnia. My body
Oh
has
no.
no interest in, like, it's more than willing to say, hey, you're tired, but it's like, but you're not going to get to sleep, we're not going to let you.
Oh.
So all fun, all fun. This main benefit is it means that I've got time after the day job to do other stuff, because I know I've got quite a few hours left.
Fair enough.
Right, well, it's been nice talking to you, and again, good one at the game, and showing me some interesting tactics that I can take against other people later.
All about using the abilities. That's people forget how frequently you can use them, and how useful they can be. That's the kind of top tip, developers' top tip. Use your
Yeah,
abilities. Always be thinking about abilities.
that's certainly something that I regularly forget to do myself. Like, I'll be playing through the quest and be like, I'm just in an awkward position, and then be like, hang on a second, I've got enough mana. I should use the ability. Why have I forgotten about that? Or I'll make the hit and then realize, hang on, I could have really made this easy for myself. But yeah, no, it's, as I said, it's a good game, and everybody who's watching, you should go get the game, or at the very least wishlist it for now if you're still a bit unsure with early access. But I honestly, I'm recommending it completely.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, please go and buy the game and then leave us a nice Steam review, because I know that a lot of people go on about Steam reviews, but it really does help for a small developer to kind of, if we can lift up the number of positive Steam reviews, that would be
Yes,
great. Thank you.
as I understand it, the more Steam reviews you get in the first like week or so kind of triggers how much higher up the rankings you sort of appear on Steam. And so yes,
Yeah, I mean, we've managed to get, we've popped over the 10 is the magic number of like, okay,
Hmm.
is this interesting at all, kind of thing. So yeah,
That's good. Well, I
but
will
yeah,
be dropping a
more
review
reviews the
there.
better. Oh, thank you.
We will also be doing a over on TikTok. We're about to start kicking off our 1 minute reviews of games, and so there will be, or this will probably be the first one actually that we'll be covering there before we do other games that we've been trying to spend time on and going, these are taking too long. But Baldur's Gate 3 being one of those.
I haven't even started Baldur's Gate 3 yet.
It was the primary reason that I got the Steam Deck, because I knew if it was just on the PC, I wouldn't be at the desk enough to put the hours in. And I'm still in the first act of 3, and I'm at, I think it's 60 or 70 hours at the moment, just in that area. So I'm dreading to think how much longer the rest are. But I like to like find every little thing that's hidden around the map, whereas you can hammer through the story very quickly if you just want to be a person doing the story.
Definitely.
Well, again, thank you for joining me. And
yeah, thanks very much, man. It's been lovely to play.
Hey Geekies, I hope you enjoyed that interview and playthrough of the online mode of Dungeon Golf. You can go and check out the latest of Dungeon Golf by hitting up their Steam or their Twitter. Details are in the comments below. Honestly, just go follow Ant Workshop and get this game. Please just get this game. It's so freaking good. And the more of you that get it, the more that we can play online in live streams. But yeah, you've seen that part. We're going to... you will have seen us streaming it with Frosty by the point that this video is up. And there will be a video at some point showing the single-player quest mode. But overall, we love this game. We know you will love this game. So go get this game. All of the details on Dungeon Golf in the description. And until next time, keep it going.